I love Kaka Dikshit. His name was Sitaram Dikshit, and he was a lawyer, and he was a really famous lawyer, and he had won the Bhavnagar cases, and he would in the Quit India movement, and he had won many cases against the British shows that were ruling us at that time. And he was affluent and also powerful, and he was really friendly with Nana Sahib Chandorkar, and Nana Sahib Chandorkar asked him to come to Shirdi because when he was in England at one time, he slipped and fell, and his leg was caught, and then it became lame, and he had this limp which was quite pronounced, and Chandorkar told him, come to Sai Baba and he'll cure your limp. At that time, Dikshit came to Baba, but he said, I'm not interested in my physical lameness, cure the lameness of my brain. And Baba loved him a lot right from the very beginning, and said to him, Kaka, the other people called Dikshit Kaka, and so did Baba. And Baba said, Kaka, Tula kalsi kasli, sari kalsi maje. That is, what are you worried about? All your worries are mine. So he got this reassurance right from the beginning. So that way he was free to do his spiritual work. The other thing that Baba promised him, and no other devotee, was, I will take my Kaka in a Viman. That means he was assured of his death also. So that gave him enough time to do the reading and the parayan and the sadhana that he did in Shirdi. In the beginning, he used to come off and on from Mumbai, and then he decided that he would make a vada so he could stay in that vada and be for longer times with Baba. With the result of him staying in Shirdi and not attending to his practice, it started dwindling, and then his partners, of course, left him. Slowly, all the wealth that he had was spent on just living. So most people, I think, what I really like about Kaka is, if you lose money, it's a shock for you, but you're sure you can make it. But when you lose the adulation of the crowd, the way people welcomed him, and the fanfare with which the doors were open on the cars and things like that, that adulation of the crowds and the peoples that worked with him, that was lost. That to me is a bigger blow than losing money. But Kaka didn't bother about, once Baba had told him that not to have any worries, he just it didn't bother him at all. Instead of being depressed and sulking and thinking that I come to this fakir and I'm losing things, he was quite happy, and he brought down the needs of living to the bare minimum. So that way he didn't need to have lots of money to do his day-to-day living. He was very simple in his habits. He had no bad habits. He didn't have to chew tobacco or any of those things. And all he did was to know the Sadguru better and to spend his time reading, because Baba had told him to read certain spiritual scriptures, which he did religiously even after Baba's Samadhi. As far as Kaka's character goes, once he was talking not very nice things about another devotee, then Baba said, Kaka, when you talk ill of someone, it hurts me. With that, Kaka took that as a lesson, and not only changed himself, he had a very bad temper. He conquered that temper. He was very kind and courteous and really humble. This one sentence from Baba changed his whole demeanor and his character. That is something that is really, really hard to do. But he was able to do that. The other thing was, Kaka was really a kind-hearted man. When the devotees would sleep, they would put pesticides and insecticides and things around their beds. Kaka didn't bother. He said, I'm a sound sleeper in any case. And if the bed bugs come, which were rampant in Shirdi at that time, and they may suck some blood of mine, and it doesn't matter too much for me. Even to that extent, he didn't want to put insecticides to even drive away those bed bugs. When the time in the Charitra, there's the story of killing the ailing goat in the Dwarkamai. Even Bade Baba was not willing to do it. Shama, of course, when he found out what the knife was going to be used for, he went away and stayed in his vada. Shama didn't turn up. Kaka Dikshit, who is not willing to kill a bed bug, was quite ready to kill this goat. And the thing here is that Baba says to him, Kaka, what are you doing? You're a Brahmin and you follow the rule of Ahimsa and you're killing the goat. The answer that Kaka gives is out of this world. He says, Baba, I don't know about the repercussions of karma or Ahimsa or anything. You said kill, so I kill. It's just what you say. Your word is law unto me, and I don't worry about the consequences of it. You are my Sadguru, and you're going to carry me through this or any other thing that should befall me. This is something that one does not see in any of the other devotees. He did not bother about the law of karma or... I love the man. What can I do? I can't help it. I love him. This is one incident that to me is that you follow your guru. You don't ask why. You just do what your guru says. He's there to look after you. He will carry you through. That was one thing that I like about Kaka. The other thing was once he got a dream in which he owed somebody 30,000 rupees. In the dream, the person he owed the money to comes in his dream and says, give me my money. So he says, oh, Sir Chiman Lal will do it. When Kaka gets up in the morning, he gets angry with himself that he didn't say Baba would do it in the dream. This is a dream. And Kaka can't even bear the thought that even in his dream, he didn't say, my guru's there behind my back, he would do it for me. I don't have to worry. You'll get your money on time. Another incident was he had won a case and he got a huge amount of money. I think again it was 30,000. And he brought the trunk full of money into the Dwarkamai and he said, Baba, this is your money. So Baba said, yeah, oh, okay, Kaka, it's my money. And he took the money and he scattered it and gave it to everyone. There was another devotee looking at Kaka's face. He did not bat an eyelid. There was not a sigh, there was not a frown, there was nothing. He was just calm. He's given the money, it's Baba's money, he's given the money to Baba, Baba can do what he feels like with it. A normal human being would have said, oh my God, he's just scattered the money, indiscriminately giving it to everybody. But it did not make a difference to Kaka. The other thing that Kaka did was like, he used to sing the artis. In the Abhang Rehem Nazar Karo, he doesn't like it that in the end, the last verse says that when in the end there is nobody with us. He felt, oh, Baba's with us. So he changed it to include Baba in that Abhang, and he would sing it that way instead of saying nobody's going to be with us in the end. So the faith in Baba was so much that he was sure that Baba would not leave him on the wayside in anything. was a very spiritual man, and Baba wanted him to be ripened like what the gurus do for a shishya. So he asked Kaka to go up and stay on the top floor of the Dikshit Vada. Kaka had built this Vada so that he doesn't have to come from Mumbai all the time, and rather he stay in that Vada and be with Baba constantly, so that just by being with Baba he would learn many things in the spiritual path. He listened to every word that Baba said, and he had a diary in which he wrote it down and tried to decipher the meaning of what Baba had spoken to other devotees, or what parables Baba spoke about. Baba did not always talk in plain Marathi, but he would use parables, so they would try to decipher and from there learn, get a lesson and learn it and inculcate it into their lives. Baba asked him to go and stay for 9 months ekant on the top floor of his building, which he did. And at that time, he really pined to see Baba, and he said, Baba, can I come for your artis at least? So Baba said, no, you just stay there and do the reading of these books. Baba had given him the Bhagavata Ramayana and the Jnaneshwari, and had asked him to read them, and to read and understand and then use them in his life. So he did. He was there all by himself. Even when his wife came, he did not come down to meet her or talk to her. He didn't talk to the other people. So he was in ekant maun with the books. When you look at the sadhana that other people do for their guru, it's many, many years. And Baba gave him only 9 months. So he was so ripe already in the spiritual path. 9 months is what we take for the birth of a baby. So Baba gave him a new birth. So after he came out of that ekant, after his 9 months were complete, in that Maun state, he was so spiritually uplifted that he could decipher what Baba was going to say. Like many times, the instance that comes to mind is Baba asked Bhishma to give him 5 laddus. So Bhishma said, oh, I am a widower, how can I make 5 laddus? He thought of it literally, that he has to make and give Baba 5 laddus. Actually, so the next day, Dikshit just walks by Satewada and says, oh, Bhishma comes out and says, Kaka, look at this. At night I couldn't sleep, and I wrote one bhajan, which is one of the artis. So Kaka just read it and said, oh, you got your first laddu. And Kaka didn't hear that conversation, but yet he could decipher what Baba would say. And many a time when many things would be done, they would ask Kaka to ask Baba if they could do it. Either it would be Malsapati or it would be Kaka. And Baba really never ever refused him for anything. The other thing was that once Baba was giving kafnis out, and at that time Dikshit didn't get a kafni. And he pined to have a kafni because he thought that when he's going to do puja, he would wear a kafni. And the other thing was that Dikshit was not in the Baba's, when he sat for lunch, he sat with certain devotees, but Dikshit was not included in that. He pined for those 2 things. And after a little while, Baba let him sit in that road with him and have his meals. And he also gave him a kafni, which they have in their house, and he used to wear it when he used to do puja and bhajans in the evening. Because of his education abroad, when Kaka came to Shirdi, he did not find any difference between the Hindus, Muslims, Sikhs, and Christians that came to meet Baba. For him, everything, everybody, every human being was equal, and there was no differences between them. That was one quality which is really, really very nice. There is another Leela of a snake coming through the window in his Dikshit Wada, and Dabalkar says, kill the snake, because his bed was right below that window and the snake would have bitten him. And Balabhate, and they have a conversation, Balabhate says no. So when they go to Baba, Baba tells them that you don't need to kill these snakes or scorpions or any of these venomous creatures. If you're destined to die by a snake bite, no matter what, you will die. So Kaka took this as a law, and he followed it. He did not kill any of the, not a mosquito, not a bed bug, not anything. If there was a snake, then they would drive it away and not kill it. For 14 years, he was with the Sansthan. The Sansthan was just built at that time, and also the Sai Leela magazine, for which he did a lot of work. So even after Baba's Samadhi, he continued to do work or seva for Baba in these respects. The other thing that people follow of his even today is that he had the habit, after Baba's Mahasamadhi, if he wanted to know something, he would cast jits and then follow it, no matter what the verdict was, whether it went according to his will or what he wanted to do or not. He would follow it as it was Baba's word and he believed in it. So many devotees do that these days. Nowadays, they will cast jits and say, Baba, should I do this thing or not? So in Dikshit's life, there are many things that we can learn. And to me, he is the best of the best. I love him. When I'm in Shirdi and I can't deal with the scarcity of water doesn't come, electricity doesn't come, my files get corrupted and things like that, I go to Dikshit Wada and pray to him to bless me. How did you live here when there were scorpions and snakes going about and there was no light and things? How did you do it? So bless me with that. Bless me with humility. Bless me with picking up a chit and not wondering, this is going contrary to what I think I should do. If I am going to put a chit, then like Kaka, I should be totally, that's it, that's the word, that's the law, that's like killing the goat. He said, kill. So he said, do this. In the chit, it came out, do this. Or don't put chits. These are some of the things that one can learn from Kaka. The most important thing is to live within your means and to be content by it. He was the picture of Sit Prajna. It didn't bother him that other people had money and he didn't have money. His family was suffering. Nothing bothered him. Baba told him not to worry, and that was it. And the last thing everybody knows about his death, he died in a train without any suffering, taking Baba's name. In fact, he said how kind Baba is that he's delayed the train for us, that we were able to catch it and reach our destination. And he died just like in his sleep. So that is the best thing that one can expect of life.